Hey guys, what's up? It's Sean, Autotopia LA, and today we have the return of El Nino. Now, if you haven't watched the channel for a while, you got no idea what I mean by that, but we've got a good friend of ours, Nino, and Nino just keeps adding cars onto his collection. And Nino absolutely loves big power, point straight, go fast cars. That's his thing. So, what do we have here? A very much not stock 2020 Shelby GT500. Now this car, when it came out, obviously impressive in itself. Nino takes the already highly capable, extraordinarily badass 760 horsepower Shelby GT500 and makes it a car now that is making well north of 1,000 horsepower. I was asked to not give the actual horsepower, so I'm not going to. We'll start with that. He did a conversion that this thing's running E85. He did a 2-inch header kit on this, the cold air intake kit, which you can tell right away, this is massive, massive intake. Along with that, he did larger throttle body on here. He went up to 105 millimeter. Of course, he went with much larger injectors on here. He did a Whipple intercooler upgrade, so he's got a larger intercooler on here. He's done a pulley kit. He ported the blower. Why not, right? Everything was done by Addiction Motorsport. All the work was done, the tune was done. They're the ones that set this car up. And Nino takes all of his cars. He swears by Eddie at Addiction Motorsport. He went to a signature wheel. He kept a 20-inch front, went to an 18-inch rear on here. The other thing I find interesting, personally I wouldn't have done it. Nino, I'm not giving you trouble on this dude, but I wouldn't have done it, but I get it for pointing straight. So instead of having the 295 front on here, he's got a 245 front on here because he likes the skinnier front for, you know, obviously higher straight line speed. But where it gets a little nutty for me is he went to a full beadlock wheel. He went from a 315 rear down to a 305 rear, but jumped the profile up. The profile on this would have been a 30 series on the rear. Now he's running a 45 on here. This wing here is a fully adjustable wing. There's a couple of screws you loosen up and you can definitely change how much downforce this thing's getting. But there's carbon all over here. I mean, this rear panel, you know, on the interior. And the interior on this it's bitchin', man. I mean, it's similar. Some of you guys might know I just got a 2018 GT350 recently. I got rid of my ZL1, went over to the GT350. And there's a lot of similarities I see on this interior. Obviously, this has the full carbon package on the interior, but a lot of the controls look, I mean, it really does look almost identical sitting in here until you reach down and you don't need to hit a third pedal to get it started. There are some features that are dramatically different in here. Certainly the gauge cluster going from analog going to full digital. You get to scroll through here. You got normal where it's at now, sport mode. From sport to track, you hear it open up a bit more. And then you have this quiet mode on it. And it actually really does quiet down considerably. We're probably gonna drive it in track mode. I mean, this car is obviously set up to go drive and drive hard, which, you know, given that we've gone through most of what's been done, if not everything that's been done here and what this car is, we're gonna go for a drive. I can't wait for this part, man. All right, my first time in a GT500, my first time driving a GT500. Actually, I should say the 2020, the new version of the GT500. I love that Ford went DCT on this. I mean, I'm barely giving this thing any throttle, and this thing, you can tell this thing's nasty, man. A lot of car. When you're talking about this making north of 1,000 horsepower, it's a lot of car. It's definitely a lot of car. So now I'm paddling it, third gear. God damn, man. The shifts are so bitchin' on the DCT, paddling it, man, they're just, instant, quick shifts. Holy shit. So that was about 50% throttle at that point. I mean, this thing's just blistering fast. So now I think I got a slight stumble because I'm in sport mode instead of track mode. All right, so now we're switching it into track mode to see what happens there. My guess is traction comes off. That still really hooks. Holy crap, man. Fuck, that's a lot of car. The stumble, I don't know what that's all about, to be honest with you. Okay, now I know what's happening. It's trying to get traction.
You're breaking up so bad, dude.
Yeah, it's trying to get traction is what's happening, I think. And I don't know how to turn traction off on here. I thought by going into track mode it would.
There's a traction button next down by the exhaust button.
Got it. All right, let's see if that helps it out. Wow, what an intense ride. Wow, on the 2020 GT500 golden ticket Nino version. Wow is what I can say. The stumbling, don't know what it was about. I'm sure he'll figure it out, or you could probably tell me what I wasn't doing right, but wow on the acceleration. Here's some more for you from the 1000 Horsepower Club as we say goodbye and thanks for hanging and watching what we do. We'll see you in the next one, you guys. Later.
Yeah, baby. That's a bad bitch.